Hello, everyone. Hello. I am Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. A little late of a start, but I'm okay. I'm all right with it. Busy morning. Shout out to Sherry Marcantuano. Was hanging out with her this morning. Our piece that we recorded this morning will be out a little later today. There's a little bit of a challenge in it, so I'll be sharing that on Facebook as well as on Instagram and all of our other social media platforms. It's really super fun, so keep a lookout for that. What is in your name? It's a little bit of a mindset challenge for today, and it'll be super fun. It's really an interesting thing. When you see it, please jump on into it. The goal would be for you to identify a word for every letter of your name. So even if your name is only 3 letters, this is supposed to be something that's fun and engaging, but it's a word for every letter of your name. And then that describes you. So you are defined by the name you were given or the name that you chose, but it's just a way for you to think about yourself. And I think it goes along with today's morning message, which is be yourself. I think that I've mentioned this a lot before. I've mentioned a lot about, my disdain for the notion of people faking it till they make it. I feel like there is no such thing as that. I feel like that is a grotesque philosophy and a grotesque practice. I think that the majority of people think that they are not enough exactly how they are. And I think that that's a tragedy in and of itself. And so they try to be someone else in order to get what they want. And the notion of that is completely crazy. You want something specific, so why in the world would you want to be someone else in order to receive it? And that, I think, is so important for us to own. And I think that a lot of times we're not satisfied with who we are as people. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're where you want to be in life, but you have to have an understanding that whatever it is that you were given, is intentional. It's an intentional existence. So it's what you do with what you already are that's really going to turn the magic around for all of us. So I want to make sure that you guys are feeling that you understand that that's part of how it is that you're made up. What does it mean for you to be yourself? What does it mean for you to really dive into who it is that you are? In the practice, the Scream Your Dream practice, I teach individuals to understand who they are, what they want, and why they deserve it. And so often we try to stay away from things that make us who we are, even in its most simplistic forms. I'm an immigrant. I'm from Sierra Leone, West Africa. I come from a very rich West African culture. I own that in every aspect of my life. I own that in every conversation. I own that in people who know me well. You now all know. These are things that make you who you are. I call them life facts. Things that make up who you are. I am a mother. I am a wife. I am a friend. I'm a former Division I athlete. I am a marketing executive. I'm an entrepreneur. There are things that make up who it is that you are. And I think it is super important for us to recognize those things and embrace those things. Hello, Joanne. Hi, Lisa. How are you, darling? Recognize those things and embrace those things. I think so often, especially, back in the day, and some people might want us to go backwards, but back in the day, we were like, oh, my goodness, I don't want to talk about being a mom. I'm working. I don't want to talk about my home life. I'm working. I don't want to, dive into who it is that I am in this workplace. Everything was very siloed in your life. Everything was very departmentalized because that was beneficial, right? You were seen as more serious if you brought, if you did not bring, who it is that you were to the table. Hello. Oh, so good to see you, Chris. If you didn't bring who you were to the table. But now as you develop in your life, hello, Renee, as you develop in your life and as you do what you're doing, I want you to dive in, good morning, Joe, to who it is that you are. If you are a stylist, you will be a better stylist and connect with your community if they know who you are. If they know all that you are, the good and the bad and the ugly. Now, I'm not talking about oversharing. But if there is something that you have gone through in your life that affords you the ability to relate to someone else, right? Affords you the ability to dive into someone else's space, to be able to say, I understand, I hear it, I see you because I am you. They are more apt to purchase from you. They are more apt to hire you. They're more apt to have you be part of their book, hello, and be able to make that make sense. And so what I challenge all of you to do in the most simplest form is to write down your life facts. I want you to be yourself and embrace the simplicity of who you are. The fact that you are a mother, check. The fact that you're a wife, check. The fact that you're recently divorced, check. These are facts. These are things that people cannot take away from you. Because I know that there are people, you are retired, check. You are looking for a job, check. You have to own the space. There is no such thing as faking it till you make it. There is no such thing. It does not exist. It is an awful term. I think it is such a waste of time because you will get got. And people will realize that you are faking. The fact that people say, fake it till you make it every day, is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous notion. Because a fake bag, a plastic bag will never be a Louis Vuitton. It doesn't matter how many times, how you tie it, how you figure it out, it will never be. And so in what you are, as you are, but the plastic bag is useful, you still feel it, still carry it, still use it. You have to be present in who it is that you are. Pretending to be someone else, in a lot of cases, if not all cases, makes you a liar. And that just becomes a waste of time when there's opportunities out there for you today, exactly as you are. So all of my colleagues and friends from all the various parts of my life, childhood friends from home, people that I've worked with, people that are part of the Scream Your Dream community, people that are part of This Is It TV, people that I've known from college, all of you, we're all in the same boat. And understanding what that boat is like makes me more relatable. If I came out here and I didn't talk about my kids and I didn't talk about work or what's going on in this space, I don't necessarily know how much you would trust me. I don't necessarily know how believable it would be. And there has been, hello, Faith, good morning. There has been so many times in my life where I would rather just be in a superficial space, rather just not be keeping it real and rather keep my business. But I know that my relationship with everybody out there and with my clients is better in the real space of it. So for me to be myself is so super important. And I'm telling you this from somebody who wasn't necessarily, I've always been an extrovert. Like, let's not kid yourselves. I've always been boastful and loud. But we've talked about stories about, how I've been shushed and why don't you calm down and why don't you relax? That doesn't go well. Just FYI. Being shushed, no one tells me to shush. Nobody tells me to relax. It's not good for anybody, right? Because I can't shush and I'll never relax. But I needed to know that at the time, right? I tried to whisper. I tried to be quiet, but the moment that I embraced my enthusiasm, the moment that I recognized that this was my superpower, that a lot of people are looking for their voice and I already have one, when I began to embrace who I was as a person and all of it, right? There was a lot of people that wanted me to feel bad or feel weird that my parents ate different food or, we did different things or they had please. The minute I embraced all that I was, I could thrive as I was, because that fake person that you were pretending to be isn't the one that's going to get the job. You literally are the one that's going to get your job. What that fake person has to do is maintain the fakeness. And that is exhausting. That is exhausting, right? Nobody puts baby in the corner. Truth, right, Lise? It's exhausting. It's exhausting to pretend to be someone else. I would rather you use that same energy and focus on getting what you want in the here and in the now. I'd rather you not pretend to be anyone else. Good morning, Barbara. Not be flossing or flaunting or pretending that you need more. I want you to embrace what you have right now, today. And know that there are opportunities for who it is that you are at this moment. I tell my students, I teach at Temple. You guys know that. I'll be teaching at Drexel, which is so super exciting in the spring. So I'll be teaching at Temple and Drexel. Amazing. Anywhere I can talk, you know how I am. Which will be super, super exciting. I'll be teaching social media at Drexel. And then I teach personal branding at Temple. And the young students come to me and they have these inflated LinkedIn accounts that say that they have all of this experience when they don't. When they say they have done all of these things when they've never. They're applying for director jobs but haven't directed anything. And what happens in those interviews is that they get got. People find out and now you are a liar, as opposed to being an entry-level possible entry-level employee that needs an entry-level job. Because there are jobs that are at the level in which you can function and thrive. So all the pretending is just truly setting you up for disappointment and setting up the relationships for disappointment, right? You want to be in a space where you can make it make sense. You want to be in a space where you can thrive. So you pretending to be someone else only to have to keep all of that up. You wonder why actors are exhausted after a performance, right? I know, Renee, I'm a piece of work. And why actors are exhausted after a performance, or why they, need to just take a nap. If I have to do a lot of keynotes, or if I'm talking way too much, which I enjoy doing, as you know, I gotta rest. It's a lot of work. But that's me being me. Could you imagine if I was pretending to be someone else? You'd be in REM sleep longer than you had to be. Because the truth is that you pretending to be someone else is just a waste of time. It's just a waste of time. And there's too much explaining and too much climbing out of a hole that you've dug for yourself when you can just thrive in exactly where you are. If you are starting your business today, there is a novelty and beauty in your startup. If you have been in business 20 years and you come with all of this experience, there is a story to tell within that. If you are a pivoter and have changed jobs and changed careers, there's a story within that. There's a reason for that. We assign shame to change. We assign shame to things that don't work out. We have so much in our life that is outside of our control. We are living that today. So let's be honest with the scenario. All of us, now more so than ever, are in the same boat, right? Nobody is working as much as they could. No one has access to as much as they would want to. No one has as many resources as much as they did, regardless of wherever it is we started. The truth of the matter is that we have to come to it as ourselves, with a sense of humanity and a sense of compassion for one another. And I'm telling you, if you show up for yourself, others will show up for you. I promise you. For you show up in a way that is fraudulent or fake, and people find out that you are a liar, the amount of digging that you have to do, the amount of conversations you have to do to be able to make excuses for trying to pretend to be something that you weren't for no reason at all. The experience will come if you do the work. The relationships will come if you connect with people. All of the things that you're pretending to have, you could actually use that energy in order to actually obtain it. And it might take a little bit longer. So is life. It's a process. All of us think that everything is an overnight success because we only learned about that individual overnight. But that person had worked themselves so hard as they were, constantly showing up for themselves as they were, in order to present themselves to you finally when you have the opportunity to meet them on that stage or meet them on your Sirius radio. You're like, oh, this is new. Meanwhile, that person had been struggling for so long. You may be in that same boat. You may be in the space where you are working towards something, but I believe, but the deepest part of my heart, I believe that you should be doing that as yourself. There is no such thing as fake it till you make it. Being yourself, to me, is the only answer. If you were to meet me with my girlfriends or meet me here, the energy is the same. Who I am is the same. I talk to my poor 9-year-old the way that I talk to you. The poor thing is like, oh my goodness, it's a lot. My 3-year-old has literal conversations, sort of. I want to make sure that you understand the importance of being yourself, because there are so many people who are not, and we find out, and there's a different kind of disappointment in that, right? Because the majority of us are aspirational to someone else, right? Regardless of whether we are, especially those that are on this scenario, means that you all have Wi-Fi or internet, which means that you are in a group of people that have some sense of access. We are in a space where we should be grateful for the space that we're in, even if it's not exactly where we want to be. And we need to work together every single day to get closer to it. I just want you to be yourself. I want you to feel some sense of comfort in whatever you have or do not have today, knowing that you are not alone in it. We are all in that struggle. I am comfortably and safe in my house right now, but I was in a full studio in Philadelphia. Thought I was living my best life until I sat down and realized that, oh, I don't need all of those things. I have exactly what I need right now, and my job is just to share who I am, my authentic self, with as many people as will pay attention. And I'm grateful that you guys pay attention each and every day. You come and you join me at 11 o'clock Eastern as I share a little bit of a morning message with all of you, encouraging all of you to find your voice, encouraging all of you to scream your dream. It's so important that all of you know that who you are, exactly where you stand today, is enough. And I know that you want more, and I want more too, and we will evolve to deserve that more. You will learn, and you will gain experience, and you will gain connections, and it will never be faking. It will just be justifying and sharing, and there is power in that. There is no power in faking. There is fear in faking. There's feeling uncomfortable in faking. There's like, oh my God, they're going to figure out that I am not qualified for this in the faking. But I know that when I show up at 100% of myself, and that what it is that I'm saying, I am honest about, and where I fault, I apologize, and I try to justify in a way that my actions speak for themselves. So I want you to celebrate who you are today. The homework for today is identifying how to do that, is really leaning into your life facts. Leaning into your life facts. Again, I'm an immigrant. I was born in Sierra Leone, West Africa. I was, a Division I athlete. I'm a wife. I am a mother. I am a friend, right? I'm an adjunct professor. I am things. You are a stylist. You are a realtor, right? You are a mother. You are a cousin. You are a friend. You are funny. You make people laugh. What are you owning? Because when you own who you are, when you create those life facts, those become touch points as to what to talk about. A lot of you don't have that because you don't see yourself in that space, right? So you're not, I don't have anything to talk about. I'm nothing. I'm not a thing. Well, you're not focused on your life facts. When you dive into who you are, when you recognize that, oh my gosh, I'm a mother too that happens to do marketing, guess what? You're going to find other mothers that do marketing. Oh my gosh, I'm a wife that's a realtor. You're going to find other wives that are looking for houses. That's how it works. We try so many solvents to be able to find what we're looking for. But if we just focus on what it is that we are and start the conversation there, beautiful things can happen. So I challenge you to be yourself. Shouldn't be too difficult. But what's difficult is embracing all that you are, is seeing your life facts as a benefit and not a distraction. Seeing the trueness of who you are as an advantage to where you want to go, as opposed to a detriment. I want you to embrace who you are. I want you to be yourself. I want you to find your voice, no longer whisper your wishes, and scream your dream. Each and every day, I come to you at 11 o'clock Eastern with a little bit of morning motivation to get you through, whether you're on the East Coast, West Coast, or all across the world. I'd love to be able to connect with you. If you'd like to be a guest on an upcoming show, log on to thisisItTV.com or check out the post. I think it's down there. Check out the post. There's all the links on how you can work with us, whether you're a contributor or a screamer, or our ability to be able to take your business to the next level. I would love to work with you. There's plenty of ways for us to get together. So please don't hesitate to reach out. Stalk me freely. I'd love to hang out with you. From all of us here at This Is It TV, I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor. Be yourself. It is enough, my darling. Right, Lisa? You are enough. You got to follow my girl, Lisa. Lisa, send a link in the post, my friend, so people can know who you are. Her book is wonderful. From all of us here, though, make sure that you're focused on being yourself. Make sure that you're putting one foot in front of the other, knowing that who you are, the fundamentals of who you are, your life facts, mother, wife, former athlete, friend, cousin, all of that is enough. It's just up to you to scream it. All right, I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. I will see you guys tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Be kind to yourself. Find your voice and scream your dream.